Since about maybe mid-1970s, when we were particularly concerned not just about pastoral work and the kind of things that go on inside the church, whether it's baptisms or weddings or funerals or marriages or all those things. We also were concerned about the quality of the institutions and the organizations that were continually being formed, whether they were for-profit or not-for-profit, and of course the biggest institutions being government institutions. So we've kind of worked over the years to try and make sure that we participate in the major policy debates that are out there at the World Bank, at the IMF, especially as their policies may impact people in Ghana, people in Peru, Bolivia, Zambia, where I just came from. And that's the policy side. I think probably also became clearly interested because we have assets. We're not hugely billionaires, but we do have a fair amount of assets that we have and that we invest. Assets that are used as foundations or endowments or pension funds and the like. So we want to invest them in a way that we think is constructive and in a way that we think is contributing in the same direction as some of the other work that we do. There are a fair number of pretty difficult issues out there from time to time. Probably one at the moment is on fossil fuels. There is a divestment campaign on fossil fuels. There are 200 companies that they would like you to get out of investing in over the next 5 years. And so this goes right to the heart of the climate change conversation and what's the rate of change by which you're going to reduce the amount of carbon that's being emitted into the environment. And so some would say, let's get on that bandwagon and get out of fossil fuels. There are others who are saying, well, we want to engage the industry. We want to talk with them over time. Change doesn't happen overnight. And we feel that we're going to make progress, but it's going to be incremental. And it's going to happen. So then the question becomes, well, somebody gets very impatient and says, you've been doing that for 15 years. What do you have to show for it? And so we have to be able to document what we've done. The drivers in people's lives are quite often, what they believe in and what they value. And so I would tend to break the investors, those two categories down into the faith-based investors and the socially responsible investors. And so many people in terms of the faith-based, first of all, they're fairly observant, whether they're Jews or Muslims or Catholics or Hindus or Buddhists, and they're looking for some consistency, congruity between, what they're practicing in terms of their faith on a daily basis and what they're doing in terms of their business world or what they're doing with their investments. And so they're looking to the wisdom of the faith tradition for guidance, right? And that can be around human rights, it can be around alcohol, it can be around tobacco, it can be around gambling, it can be around the environment. There's a wide variety of issues that they're going to draw out of those traditions. All, I would say, in the service of hoping that where they're investing their assets are making a constructive contribution to building a better society, not just domestically, but internationally as well.